Yo, what is up, everybody? Fresco back again. Another chapter from the story, The Cave, written by Old School Horror. Remember to check out the links in the description. Show love to the author. Like, comment, and subscribe. Chapter 3. Soon, they reached the enormous cliffs. Were on the top of the hill. Actually, it was a hill chain with more than 100 feet high cliffs on top of them. It was surrounding Red Water's west side. The cliffs were bare, ancient rock formation standing against the blinding rays of the sun and relentless winds. Whatever children of darkness were lurking under their cover, they were now free to roam the surface once more. Come on, Dad, after us, urged Alex, followed cliff line. After a few minutes of walking, they spotted an opening in the rock formation. It was about 20 feet wide and 30 feet deep. Completely devoid of vegetation and with sharp rocks sticking out of everywhere, it was a weird sight. At the end of the opening, a dark hole was visible in the rock. Tom sized it up, and it was about the size of a man. Pieces of rock and dirt were scattered around the opening. A large heap of them lay exactly at the hole. It really looked like an earthquake caused the loose rock to shake free, fall to the ground. Hold on, Alex, ordered Tom, as he saw his son run straight to the opening. I've been here before, Dad. It's safe. You can't be sure of that. How do you know if all the rocks above it aren't gonna fall on your stubborn head? Well, I don't know that. Exactly. That's why I'm gonna check it out. Come here, stay put. Alex conformed and stood back. Katie and Stevie did the same. Tom walked to the cave entrance and checked it out carefully. Besides the heaps of rock, there was nothing to be concerned about. It seemed that there was nothing else close to falling from above. All right, it's safe, he said, and signaled the kids to come. They all ran to the entrance with blazing eyes. Even Tom was curious about it. His first thought that it would most likely be something insignificant, but he might have been wrong. This cave, if it is truly a cave, might be a monumental discovery. Tom moved some rocks to the side in order to go inside. The kids helped him as much as they could. They moved the smaller rocks to the side. Alex was working frantically because he wanted to go inside as soon as possible. Tom noticed something strange. The rocks in the heap seemed to differ from the rocks which made up the surrounding cliffs. Tom was no geologist, but the difference was striking. It looked like the rock had been brought here from some other place. He shook the thought away and continued with the work. After the major part of the obstacle had been removed, Tom took one of the flashlights out of his pocket, switched it on. He stepped inside the gaping mouth of darkness and felt the sulphurous smell of decay hitting his nose. It was not strong, more like a lingering warning drifting in the air. A warning that death was waiting. Ugh, what's that smell? Asked Katie. Yeah, something died in there. Probably some small animal. But how did it get in the cave if it was sealed? Asked Stevie. I don't know. There may be some other entrance to this place. Smaller tunnels in the rocks or underground could be used by rats, I guess. Or maybe snakes. I don't know. Or spiders, said Katie. Yeah, or maybe spiders. However, I don't think that spiders can dig tunnels. But they can use tunnels dug by other animals, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field. What's an expert? Asked Alex. Well, it's somebody who's very good at something. Like a scientist. Yes, like a scientist. The cave walls were rugged. They had a reddish taint to them here and there. It was probably the iron oxide, which was also in the water, Tom thought. They kept walking with careful steps. Tom shone his light in all directions to explore the place. Look, Dad, a picture, Alex said. It was a smoother part of the wall, and there was a painting on it. The same red material had been used, which was all around the caved walls. Tom and the kids were looking at it with wide eyes. It's a drawing of cavemen, said Stevie. Yeah, and they're fighting something with spears, look, said Alex. What's that? It looks like a giant spider. There are no giant spiders. It's something else. But it sure looks like a spider. Tom became even more curious. If this ancient place had been discovered by them, then who knows what else they could find in here. It would surely not be gold, or any other kind of treasure, but it could be one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the century. The cave painting was a good sign that the place was hiding much more interesting things. They ventured deeper into the darkness. The smell didn't get any worse, so that was a cause for relief. Tom and the kids were scanning the walls intently. With their hearts pounding of anticipation, but still taking careful steps, the group reached a larger chamber. Tom gave his other flashlight to Katie, but still instructed her to stay close. On the wall near the entrance to the chamber, they spotted another drawing. This was depicting a much more aggressive scene. Several giant spiders were on top of a figure which once might have been human. It looked as if the figure was being dismembered. Katie shone her light onto the chamber ceiling. It was full of cobwebs. There were no signs of living spiders around them, only some of which were dead. The place looked exactly like an abandoned cellar, only it was bigger. Tom's skin crawled again, but the fact that nothing was moving up there gave him a little comfort. He was eager to find what else did the cave offer. He was already fantasizing about calling the authorities to tell them about his discovery. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 3.